Ladies and gentlemen, this will be the extemporaneous portion of the evening. These three people will now speak on a topic of your choice. Someone shout out a topic that none of these three people could ever know anything about. You both said something together that was equally incoherent. So what, one of you, tell me, now, pick which one before you speak, because if you speak together again. What did you say?
Evangelion?
Evangelion?
Yeah.
Okay, is that like, oh, I'm not going to ask, because I know nothing about it. Evangelion is your topic. Evangelion. Now what's going to happen, the rules of the extemporaneous portion of the evening is that Ms. Labacz will begin. At any point, if she says something that one of these two gentlemen do not agree with, they may challenge her by saying the word challenge. They must then state the reason they are challenging the last thing that she said. If the challenge is accepted by me, they may continue the lecture on Evangelion. If it is not accepted, Liz may continue. I'm going to keep a clock running of 3 minutes. If one of these people is the last person speaking when the 3-minute clock ends, they will be declared the champion of arcade extemporaneous speaking, and you will give them accolades as they deserve. Ms. Labacz, when you are prepared, please begin speaking on the topic of Evangelion.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to this lecture on Evangelion, the little-known martial art from the south of France. The proper pronunciation is actually Evangelion. However, this is a lay audience, and so I don't want to confuse you. I will use the standard English pronunciation. Evangelion is a defensive martial art. It plays on the weaknesses of your opponent to turn it against them. For instance, if your opponent comes at you with a punch, you must duck and turn into a dragon.
Challenge?
Yes!
I believe she's confusing that with the Enter the Dragon style.
That's accurate.
I believe you're correct, sir. Well stated.
What happens in Evangelion when a punch is thrown, because the martial art was developed by mimes in France, an invisible wall is actually thrown up, like this. And they're
Challenge!
Yes.
I believe it's actually like this.
You can't argue with masterful wall building.
You see, a wall is more than just 2 single bricks, it is many bricks. Therefore, you must establish the entire wall. Once the punch has been blocked with the wall, you can then wrap the rope around them and choke them.
Challenge.
Yes.
You must mime disassembling the wall before you can put a rope around it.
One thing must come before the other.
The grasshopper will never become the dragon if one does not start at the beginning. So once you've disassembled the wall with your mind and your hands, you then take the rope, which perhaps you have braided in your mind, and wrap it around your opponent. This will create a stranglehold. They will not understand why they cannot breathe oxygen, and yet their brain will start to shut down. That is where the beginning of the word Evangelion comes from. Evan is actually French for brain death. All of the Evangelion moves ultimately lead to death of brain cells and eventual passing out and loss of consciousness.
Challenge.
Yes.
Not all moves lead to that if there is a strong wind.
I'm a sucker for a strong wind.
The one saving throw in the Evangelion form is a strong wind that blows across the victim right before they die. That unfortunately saves them and brings them back up. It is only the famed creator, Marcel Marceau, who was able to fight back against the wind in order to actually kill his opponent. That happened on the top of the Eiffel Tower in 1936. Now, advanced can be found practicing every morning along.
Challenge.
Yes.
Advanced students can never be found. They are too advanced to be seen.
Are you speaking of the ninja Evangelion?
Ninja
That is a correct challenge then.
Marcel Marceau did study in Japan briefly and so brought back the word of ninjutsu to his students. And advanced students in France have actually been quite a nuisance. It is why Evangelion has been outlawed in the nation of France. But rogue practitioners do still perform Evangelion, and if you know the secret catchphrase...
Time!